Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff.
And it's Ryan.
And it's Adam Boys from Capcom.
Yeah, we're here with Bionic Commando.
Mr. Belvedere's Bionic Commando.
We're right now more of like a Cheers theme, kind of Cheers rendition of.
If you actually,
in the basic first part of the Cheers.
Every time I turn up this game, I slow dance with my wife on this song.
Wow.
Yeah, that's actually how we got pregnant.
Wow.
To this very song.
So you're saying that Bionic Commando is a romantic action game?
It's a romantic action game.
It's not a stylish action game like Devil May Cry. This is romance action.
A new marketing angle for Capcom.
So we can watch a bit of this. Let's just go into the game.
Let's go play the game.
Let's play the game. Everyone can watch the trailer. All right, so go to the hard drive. What we're gonna do, guys, here is I know this is that's the Bionic.
That looks invasive.
It's what happens. It's how the Bionics connect with your cerebral system.
So this is how people get pregnant, then?
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
With this tool right here. All right. First thing we're gonna do is bring you guys to Ascension City 7 to just show us some really cool stuff that's going on in the game. We're gonna go for normal, just because I don't want to get my ass handed to me.
Sure. Smart. It's video.
In Bionic Commando wonderment, of course, the Commando mode is ridiculous, right? But what we did make it is we made the normal mode so it's achievable. It's achievable, you know. It's not Capcom achievable. It's actually pretty.
Right. So what kind of
people?
So basically, you've got achievements and trophies and stuff built in for finishing on Commando. Do they stack?
They do stack,
okay,
yes. Good. Yeah, absolutely. So that was one of the things when we were over there in Sweden working with the green team. We were like, make sure it stacks.
Make sure it stacks.
If you get through that Commando mode, you're going to be crying yourself to sleep if
you've got a ton of achievement points.
So I do.
You understand the frustration.
I do. I broke 85,000 last night.
Good Lord.
There you go, other people at game publishers.
Eat it. So here what we're doing is we're showing you guys one of the Ascension levels, and what I'm going to do is fight a couple polycrafts. And so polycrafts are a vehicle that you see throughout the game. They all have different kinds of abilities. Of course, you play as Nathan Rad Spencer, and it's 10 years after the original game. And the great thing is with the original mechanic of Bionic Commando is that the arm is obviously a huge thing. Now when you put that in 3D space, it kind of adds a whole new wonderment of cruising around and freedom. So basically, you know, you want to be able to do all kinds of fancy stuff.
Yeah.
You can climb up, you can swing basically from everything. The other thing we looked at is of course, other games with swing mechanics, which Ulf has some pretty strong opinions of. But the main thing for us was we wanted to make it so, okay, I'm really, this talking and playing thing is, I'm just flying around. Oh, I can't die on live demo. So here we go, there's some polycrafts there. Oh, I'm sure. I've seen you guys die on live demo, So I'm going to go and get a cooler weapon here. We've got the Bulldog, which is an awesome grenade launcher.
So any sort of non-standard weapons, or is it pretty?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very cool because we've got some of the standard fare for these types of games. We've got a big shotgun. We've got this grenade launcher, which is let me try and connect on. No, I can't do it. Grenade launcher. We've got this really awesome heat-seeking rocket launcher called the Tarantula, which as you upgrade it, so every weapon you get, you do different challenges with, and as you upgrade those challenges, you get more effectiveness, more accuracy, more. They do more damage and stuff like that. So
more devastation.
More devastation. Now I'm gonna get shot by this guy. So in this battle here, what we're doing is we're fighting a bunch of grunts here. At the same time, we're trying to fight these polycrafts. So you guys can see I've got a really neat kind of zip kick here.
Yeah.
That you can juggle. Seeing things. Oh, can't die. Okay. See, that's the other beauty of it. So you're in a tight situation. Hang over the edge. So really no need. I mean, if you look at Grin's other game, Wanted, they did a great job of implementing the cover system.
Yeah.
And this one we don't need it because it's really kind of the whole world is your cover. You hang over an edge, get your hit points back, and then if you want to do some fancy stuff, you want to kind of tricky business. Come on. Whoa. Boom! Zip kick the polycraft.
Whoa.
The other one, and you can really get some awesome juggling going on. That's actually one of the reasons why we added in the level skip. After you finish the game, because we found that people wanted to go back to certain areas and just do them differently. I mean, I played this game an absolute ass ton, and
did I just see a Tricell billboard in the background?
You did see, and Nvidia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, now they're apparently working together.
This all makes sense now.
So yeah, where does Wesker show up?
With or without the sunglasses is the big question.
Well,
no, I mean that's the great thing about working for Capcom is we have so many wonderful IPs, to work with that we do as much of that kind of cool process. So let me switch back do grenades. So the grenades are really neat too because they're proximity grenades. So you don't actually have to wait for it to explode. I'm gonna hang here and chill out.
Just kick it.
Oh, no, you don't want to do that. Yeah, kill myself.
So I see no life bar. It's just the screen color stuff.
Yeah,
for,
absolutely. And you can see the. I'm sure for the viewers at home, you can see the UI moving and stuff like that. It was a big thing that Grin was focusing on, was make it feel kind of like that motion and all that kind of activity when you're cruising around feels really amazing. You
like
know,
a kind of cinematic action movie of everything looking crazy. Yeah.
And so if you guys notice, like I don't actually have to look up to connect to anything. So as I was mentioning, kind of other swinging games, it doesn't feel like it's part of the game. It just feels like you're jumping, you're basically floating through the game. It might as well be a flying game like Superman or something like that.
Right.
All right,
and also, you don't really, in a lot of other games, you don't have to consider what's around for you to hook onto.
Yeah, and then like if I'm at a pinch here, like you guys notice all this air around. I mean, the levels in this game are absolutely huge and epic, but because you can move so quickly and do great, you know, such kind of great acrobatics, you can cruise through. Like we were doing speed runs to try and find out exactly, you know, how fast you can get through. I'm trying to zip kick this dude. You can also like launch yourself, kind of attached to the ground. Okay, now this guy knows I'm coming after him. He knows my shtick. Oh, see, that would have absolutely killed me on Commando mode. Because we're
I'd say rightfully so.
In play nice mode, yeah. Okay, let's come on, buddy. Yep, let's play. All right, let's get him. Oh, bam! Nice. And he's dead. So the other great thing is, which I like to do, which is a bit.
Do you have bionic legs also?
Yes. Well, you basically as you go through, you get some iron boots that make it so you can't die from falling. I mean, with a game like this that you can kind of cruise around so quickly, if you died every time you fell, it would just be painful. The great thing is with that biomech I just fought, that polycraft, you can actually pick up his pieces and throw them at his buddy and use them as kind of weaponry and ammunition.
Projectiles.
Absolutely.
So Rad is like super strong on top of that too. I last time I played it, I was like kicking cars up in the air and punching them at people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as you go through the game, of course. So the story is that you were imprisoned for a crime of passion, and so your old boy Super Joe helped you out to get out of the predicament 10 years later. But during that time, they took away your arm. So when they took away your arm, I know, jankies. When they took away your arm, when you get it back, obviously it takes some time to get good at it again. So we basically give the user all kinds of cool moves that they've never seen in the original Bionic Commando or Bionic Commando Rearm, just ones that were really, really cool. We actually did a really cool crossover too, actually, in Bionic Commando Rearm, that if you own it, you can play through this entire game. I'm actually going to quit out and show you guys another area. You can play through the entire game with the retro Rad skin from the original Bionic Commando. So you just need to own it. On Xbox, you put in the code and you have it.
She's got the sweet flat top and the sunglasses.
Oh, the sunglasses. All it's 80s epic.
I'm gonna go get. I've been thinking about getting a haircut here, so I've been letting it grow out. But it's getting to that weird middle stage. Where
so middle
it's
stage
really hard to look
do you
at.
go to dreads?
Maybe I get exactly. Do I go to dreads? Do I go get a perm? Yeah. Or do I just cut it into a Rad Spencer flat top?
The Rad Spencer flat top, man. That's
and it's a little mullety also. It's got a little shag on the back too.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of the shag. I mean, when you go retro like that, you can't. With the pixelated version back in the day, we couldn't do a ton of detail. Yeah. So now we can. We can mullet it out, give it the extra like half sideburn.
Back then it was a square head out of necessity. Now it's a square head for style.
For style, yeah. But not in the future. In the future, apparently, he takes, drinks a little bit of the cool juice, gets the dreadlocks. Is better with the ladies, got bigger pipes. He's been working out, blasting his quads.
When you're in prison, there's not much else to do, yeah.
No, you basically work out and then curse the day that they took away your bionic arm.
I do that anyways.
Why did they take away my bionic arm? Ryan, you never had one.
Shut up. You don't know me.
Right. All right, so this area is called Port Anderson, and a bit darker. You see some interiors and stuff like that. Now the great thing is, on easier modes you can kind of traverse. So I can take these guys straight on. Again, we talked about the kind of lack of cover, but there is actually some situational cover where the character will kind of move behind things and stuff like that. On this one also we can kite, so I'm going to show you guys some of that. We can kite, bring it up, so basically it'll get you out of a sticky. Oh, don't die. Awesome.
Got you right out of that sticky situation.
That looks like a pretty useful tactic, Adam.
Yeah, what you do is you can kite it up and then you zip to it and you just hang in the air waiting for everyone to kill you.
Well, I say you nailed it.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. So
As
now I go
advertised.
back. Yeah, as advertised.
I do have to say I like the little little focus effects when you're aiming at dudes.
Yeah, that's
Like
another
the
thing.
depth of field
Yeah,
stuff.
the depth of field stuff.
Need to
Yeah.
hurry. Armstrong and the president aren't going to give this mission much more time.
It's jerks.
I don't want to give out too much of the story, so I'm gonna try and talk over this.
Armstrong.
What's
Who's the president?
What's the
Who's
mission?
Armstrong?
president of what?
Are there
All-
ninjas?
Everyone just needs to know that Nathan Spencer's back, Super Joe's back, all the, all your old
Joe the
buddies.
president?
Super Joe's been promoted.
Can I trust Super Joe?
In 10 years. That would be impressive, huh? So we've got the punch-up ability there, what you saw, so you can take some of this stuff, punch it up, jump up. Oh, let me try that again. Jump up, and it kind of heat seeks towards different characters. So these guys are going to zip kick in, zip kick in.
So all these different challenges keep popping up that you're kind of unlocking as you're doing stuff. Like how many?
Right.
Like is that how all the weapon upgrades work?
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
show up with those challenges.
Absolutely.
and-
So if you go to challenges here, they're dynamic as you go through.
Uh-huh.
So you can see, again, I don't want to go into too many of them because
Sure,
I want
sure.
a lot of them to be secret. But use a grenade to kill one grunt. As you get that, then your grenades become more powerful.
Oh,
and so
okay.
basically, it's kind of like a light upgrade mechanics throughout the game. So it gives you, the funny thing is, the first time people play through it, they're just trying to survive for their life.
Right.
And then second time, it adds a lot of replayability where you go back then and you want to make sure you get every single upgrade. So you can see the other thing is we want to make it, pretty obvious what you can pick up. So you see the stuff flashing, which really comes in handy. I'm going to show the kite ability. So you kite something, basically you can throw it at different characters and stuff like that, which
Nice.
comes really, really handy. And again, this is further along in the game, so we've got a lot more moves. So let me show you guys the port here, which is pretty cool. Again, Grin's just a fantastic team at lighting effects and just making every level feel very different. A lot of stuff people have seen is kind of in the big cityscape.
Yeah.
Now these are the Air Force biomechs, so they fly around and they actually will Hadouken your face.
That's
So you want
That's
to
not cool.
no,
Another
I know.
Capcom
See,
crossover,
there
I
we
like
go.
it.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa.
They're
You
using
gotta
Ryu
watch this.
DNA.
Actually, watch him. See, he does. Oh, dude, seriously. That's fine. I know.
I thought you were messing
No,
around,
man.
but
They will Hadouken your face.
dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You're taking the DNA of Ken Masters.
Yeah.
Bound it to
he
these
knows,
biomechs.
Ken might.
The Bleece project was successful then, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. There's a lot of advanced moves too you can do. So they just dropped in some extra awesome weaponry. Actually, this is the grenade launcher that we saw from the other one. But you can see, just with we want to give a lot of atmosphere to all the different levels. So you see this
Yeah.
big, huge AA gun. The part here I have to rip out. So let me rip that out. So that enables me to hack that relay once I've killed all the guys surrounding. So relays kind of work as your checkpoints. They also give you information about the story that's happening around you.
Right.
Let me try and take this guy out. So I want to. Okay, he's gonna try to Hadouken me. I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna go over there. See, he lost a piece. So now what we can
Throw
do?
the piece at him.
Yes.
That is the ultimate
It's like
in
picking,
humiliation.
It's like picking scabs. All right, let's throw it at him. Oh,
Oh.
he Hadouken me. Oh, no, this is not gonna end well. Hold on. Let's hang it down here. See again. So we're just using the whole environment as cover,
Yeah.
which is super cool. Oh no, he's gonna. No, this is no.
That's not the thing, man.
I was going to try and use your own pieces against you. A lot of people had a lot of questions about the swing mechanic, and we spent a lot of time to kind of tune and tweak it. We've changed out the tutorial quite a bit, so by the end of it, people will have a lot better, I think, understanding of how it works. And it's super intuitive, I think the first couple times a lot of people have played in the past, they've been like, how does this work? But with this new tutorial, we also add a lot of collectibles in the game, so gives you a lot of reason to kind of cruise around. And where'd those sneaky guys go? So they hang out and they'll hide them. See, right there. Boom. Uh-oh. See, and then the recovery, too, when you get blasted, being able to just kind of swing and recover instead
Yeah,
of...
just like, it ain't no thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you have to get out of the blast radius. You see right now I'm about to die again, which seems to be about the 7th or 8th time in this demo that...
Yeah, it seems like you guys are
yeah.
constantly doing focus tests for a lot of your games. It's
Yeah.
see on Unity that you're always like, hey, if you're in this area, we're
Yeah.
doing focus tests. I mean, did you guys bring in a ton of people for this, just to like make sure the swing mechanic was well explained and make sure that people were getting it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that was a big thing. I know people always say, oh, focus test, you're just
Right.
asking average Joe to design your game. That's totally not the case. I mean, Ulf and all the guys at Grin are super talented at mechanics and stuff like that. And so what we wanted to do is we wanted to take all of their knowledge, but then also make sure that the common every person can play it. And by common every person, I actually mean people that go to Capcom Unity. They're your typical gamers. They're the guys that are pretty savvy. And so,
Right.
sorry, let me go to level jump and show you guys sneak peek at one of the bosses real quick here,
Okay.
which I could probably get in trouble for, but it's totally worth checking out. Yeah, making sure difficulty. I mean, that's how we tuned a lot of different things, because we did nightly playthroughs in Stockholm all the time. Bo and Ulf and I of just going through the entire game. Ben Judd was playing it in Japan and stuff like that, giving a lot of feedback and just trying to tweak it so it feels right. You guys can see, since I'm doing a demo, playing while I'm talking, I died a couple times, but
Yeah.
Mostly because I suck at video games. But
Right. Well,
Understood.
that's
That's
really
implicit.
that's really why we wanted to have you do this.
yeah,
we wanted
just
to
like
make
if
sure
you
that
talk
people
and
knew
play at the same time, then
it wasn't
you will,
just it
you
was
will
not
lose all video game credibility.
right.
Which is pretty much par for the course.
It wasn't just us tying at a epic Age of Booty battle.
With more Captain Morgan. I wonder what Nathan Spencer drinks. I mean, what his preferred cocktail is.
That's sounds like maybe we might have to pose the question to the Grin guys and
Yeah.
see what Ben Judd
Well,
has
they
to
would
say.
probably say something like DJ Ungeralls with.
Yeah, that's
So I'm going to show you guys Death from Above move. Boom, those
Nice.
guys. Peace
Oh, wow.
out. Peace out.
Butt stomp.
So again, one of the things that, and then just for fun, just for giggles. I don't like this guy.
That's
so
just-
let's. Yeah.
you're desecrating that poor man's body, sir.
Pull. Sorry. Let's get back to the demoing. You guys can totally tell how much fun the guys had making this game. I mean, there's a lot of really neat
Yeah.
stuff like that you don't even realize when you're putting all the mechanics together.
Well, it's like just one of those things that kind of comes. I mean, is it emergent gameplay? Like you provide this awesome swing mechanic in this big ass world, and people are going to find weird things to do with it, right?
Right. Now, this boss is really cool. This is a mole,
Oh,
and he's been burrowing around and creating all these tunnels for all the BioRain terrorists to travel through the world and kind of.
He's
pop up
drilling
in
around Jacinto to sink the last human city.
No. Actually, I believe Bionic Commando came out before Gears of War. Thanks very much, Jeff.
This is like the level 2 boss in Space Harrier, right?
It's basically Sinistar. Right? It's the exact
So you have
same
to
thing.
mine Cinnabombs, and then they build
Yeah.
Sinistar, and you have to drop the bombs on the big
Sinistar.
worm. Got it. Check.
So this worm comes up, and what we want to do with this one is mix up gameplay a little bit. So you notice there's not a lot of stuff to swing from. So you actually have to think about different ways to take this guys out. Now you guys will keep seeing the challenges pop up.
'Cause we're skipping
Yeah,
around
we're
and-
skipping
yeah.
around, so they're not going to happen kind of in succession. I'm going to use this rubble here, same kind of thing. That weapon came down, so I want to wait till he opens up. Boom, throw that out. Oh, that one didn't
that's-
go. Uh-oh, this is not going to...
You're gonna want to not get hit by that, I think.
Oh, no.
Watch out for fire.
See, I can
Pro
grab
tip,
up
tip,
and
watch
actually,
out for fire.
watch out. Yeah, in case you gamers out there didn't know that, fire's bad.
That's your giant bomb pro tip for the day.
Hot tip.
Fire,
You guys
look out for it.
Do you guys have a giant bomb entry for fire?
We totally do.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have burgers.
I created one for S rank yesterday. Can you get
Oh,
ranked
did
in the
you?
missions
Did you?
in this?
S rank, that is a
it's
very
like little Devil May Cry.
Uh-oh. No. Okay, let's get him.
Yeah.
Now, what I can also do instead of that is I can actually just use guns and take out his hit points. You can see his
Yeah.
huge health bar in the middle there. Whoa.
But that seems like it would probably take a lot longer than flinging cop cars at him.
Yeah.
It'd be not
Who
as
would
much
wanna
fun
play
either.
Cop cars? It would be better if it was a massive worm-like cop and you were throwing cop cars at him.
Yeah, that'd be because then that'd be
So-
ironic. You'd be
Exactly.
like, "Oh, worm cop," and I'm beating you with your own car.
The other great thing is you're talking about the emergent gameplay.
Yeah.
Is that you can actually get on top of some of these vehicles. Oh, that almost happened. And when you're grappled to it, and if he knocks it away, you're
You go
toast.
flying.
You're gone. So you have to really kind of make a balance between am I going to grab onto things? I have to act pretty quickly. If I don't, he can just tear it away. So he's completely messing up this whole parking lot.
Yeah.
which- Now I gotta
Oh.
get to him here.
I run up to him, punch him.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Gotta do a special
Oh,
move here.
dude, yes.
And
All right, that was awesome.
Dude, what?
yes.
That's awesome. Oh man.
All right, that's
That
pretty
is,
good.
yeah, that's sneak peek. I gotta
Okay,
stop it up
all right,
with the whole
okay.
stuff, right? You guys, I'm already
That's-
giving away too much.
All right.
So yeah, that's Bionic Commando in a nutshell. There's all kinds of great other areas that in the full game. Right now, the full playthrough is about 10 to 14 hours. So
Mm-hmm.
depending on your difficulty you go. If you go through Commando, it's
It'll be
painstaking, but it feels
savage.
so good. Right? There's some levels that took me 20 times to get through, but when you
Yeah.
finally do, it just feels so right.
And then on top of that, you've got multiplayer in there
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, all kinds of multiplayer stuff. We've got 12 deathmatch and team deathmatch matches, and then maps, and then we've got 4 different capture the flag ones. And that's another great thing that really, you know, the swing adds so much different, you know, newness to multiplayer, because all of a sudden guys can be above you, below you, can zip kick them.
And you can just grab all the guys and let them carry you around the city.
Yeah,
and stuff,
there you go.
right?
You're like, I'm brutal, so team, just have a big daisy chain, right? Cool.
Excellent. Well, Adam, thanks.
Yeah, when's the game out? When's it
May
in
19th.
stores?
May 19th. Coming to a store near you. Pick
All
it
right.
up, love it, learn it,
Thanks, dude.
and then I'll see you online and kick your ass.
Yeah.
Bionic Commando.